It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Giants and the Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they can earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants. But his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
Throwing Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Now Jones. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So the Eagles now, they'll be in great position here to start things out. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
To the 27-yard line. But not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week 1, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have their starters ready for week 1.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That one complete to Skoranek. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On first down, Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. To throw again on second down. Hurts throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Patterson now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Scott on the return out of the end zone. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go play action with Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
Here's Aaron Sipas now. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. Now this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
They go play action here on 1st down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Swift going to try up the middle, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Aaron Sipas on to punt as he'll get this one away now. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jones now on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Operating from the gun, Jones. Forced out to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Left side, he's got Robinson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 38, Jones. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
8 yards. 1st down, 2 yards.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. Patterson for the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this 1st half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. And that will be incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Jones on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. That's on multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jones is going to put it in the hands of Barkley on the option. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. Says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Jones. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to line up a safety.
Getting that type of production in less than a half of football, that goes beyond anything they expected coming in.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Fielded at about the 28. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he rifles one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Down inside the 10. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Eagles! In the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South. We head to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks looking to get off to a hot start, and a road win would help them do just that. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass there. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now Jones. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
From the 45 on second down. Jones. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen. But somehow they're still behind in the game. I expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Here's Jamie Gilligan as they kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must be a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Hurts.
This is caught. It's Brown.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he slings one that's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw. That one complete to Skoranek.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 1st down, Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. He spots his tight end Keene over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Hurts fumbles it.
And who's got it? The Giants!
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the...
Barkley hit and the ball pops free.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering, because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
after the sack. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Jones. And this throw incomplete. And the defender on over that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And he can't find a receiver. He's brought down. Fletcher Cox able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Up the middle with Barkley. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. The screen to bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're looking on 3rd down. You might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. He'll drop this one off to Swift. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Jones on 1st and 10. And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. The 40. The 20. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return. Touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. Hurts will throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now Jones on 3rd down.
flip. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4.
So we'll recount real quick. He had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. The ball out of punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. A handoff, Swift running to the left. Room here to run. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Dancing away at the 35, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And a short gain down to about the 33. So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Barkley inside handoff. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip and it's
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Skoranek. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in the play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. That's complete, right around the 8.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
The kick by Elliott is good. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Jones. And he'll just get rid of it. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Jones gets this to Waller.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Robinson here.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Jones.
Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to get this down at the 25. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you get the first down against our defense by that decision.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup. Leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Jones. And his throw is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. They'll find Hodgins there complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all because they go down and score a touchdown. This thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. To keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Butler. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right side complete to Butler. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Here's a give to Barkley. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing Jones.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of look at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Hurts.
And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. throw here out of the gun. Finding Watkins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. Let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Giants, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.